Well, InfoEdge founder Sanjeev Bikhchandani also echoes the same sentiment with regards to funding. He said that there is enough money for early-stage companies in India. At the startup Mahakumbh, he batted for an alternative for Google Play Store. Speaking to Akhil Vishwanath, he said that a single player with 96% market share is a structural problem. Take a look at that conversation.
So how's the Josh?
Pretty good. You're seeing it for yourself. I know it's day one, first half, and we're seeing a large crowd in the expo. We had a packed hall in the inaugural session, in the plenaries. So far so good, and it's all going well.
So this event has come at a time when, what we have, the so-called funding winter, but at the same time, there's a lot of innovation that we're celebrating here over the last couple of decades, not just the last 2 years. It's come at a very crucial time for the Indian startup ecosystem. How much of a morale booster is it going to be?
देखिए कहने के लिए फंडिंग विंटर है या थी पर आप देख रहे हो फंडिंग विंटर नहीं है राइट वी हैव ओवर 1000 investors here. Of course investors are going to be discerning and they're going to figure out where they want to invest and where they don't want to invest, but there's enough money for early stage companies in India.
There is enough money for early stage companies in India, but so when do you expect funding to bounce back?
Well, the last 2 months have been pretty good already for early stage, as Mr. Rajan Anand said in his panel discussion this morning. So I think we are bouncing back.
So some of the challenges that founders could be facing today, be it with business models with the coming of AI, or some of the metrics that investors could be asking for them, what would you say are some of the top challenges for investors trying to raise funds in this environment?
If you are growth stage, which means that you've traversed a distance, you better be having a path to profit and some decent revenue streams. Early stage, it depends on the team, the founder, the opportunity, the idea, the innovativeness, the relevance, early assessments of that, and that was always the case. Nothing new there.
Do you have a time frame in mind when the funding could bounce back? We've been hearing that it can't bounce back to the 2021 levels, but what would you say would be the new normal and what should we be expecting?
Well, the new normal is what it was before pre-COVID, and now it's increasing from there. So I think it's a good trend. And
one of the key factors that we've seen, one of the key challenges that we've seen is certainly when it comes to Google Play Store. Now we had InfoEdge apps such as Naukri that were delisted and sort of reinstated as well. We have corporate governance issues as well that we've seen, but regulatory and corporate governance issues have remained over the last couple of years and they've come to the fore as well. So how would you address some of these challenges?
So, a few companies have made the news for perhaps the wrong reasons. I think there are very, very many more companies that don't get talked about. They're very well governed. And if you look at the value created by Zomato, the value created by Policy Bazaar, between the two of them, there are close to 2 lakh crores. That far exceeds the total amount of money that went into those companies where some bad news has come. So the good news outweighs the bad news, but the good news did not make news.
On the Play Store front, what happened? And you did come out and you called for a domestic app store, for an India-based app store for Indian apps. How strongly would you demand for it now?
No, I think strategically that's the direction industry must evaluate, government must evaluate. Certainly, you don't want crazy monopoly power with anybody. With a 96% share, I think that's a problem structurally. But again, to make it work, you have to give customers a better offering.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV18 on all of our digital platforms.